But Yard's a guy that, to me, he has everything you want in a fighter, but he's a lot like that Jean Pascal comparison I made before. He's a good boxer, a good fighter, should I say, not a good boxer, but a good fighter. But he's very heavy muscular, right? And he's explosive. He's a great athlete. But Benavidez is fighting Yarde. Yard or Yarde. Yarde is a bona fide uh, uh, light heavyweight. I think that's going to be a fight that is going to tell me what Benavidez is at the light heavyweight division, because I get a lot of criticism for my take on Benavidez's power not carrying up to light heavy after watching how he fought Gavazik. But there was a reason I said that, because Gavazik is traditionally a boxer puncher. He's not even really a puncher. He's just a boxer, right? And he has some punch resistance, obviously. But when we watched guys who truly are in the light heavyweight division, like Beterbiev, fight him, you can see that Beterbiev's punches and punching power was able to affect Gavazik by the end of that fight, and he was able to get him out of here. Although Gavazik looked like the rounds that he wasn't getting clipped in, he was doing quite well. Well, with Benavidez, he didn't really. Gavazik did okay, but he didn't really win any rounds. Benavidez hit him probably a lot more, I'd say, with anything he wanted to than Beterbiev did. And obviously, we know Benavidez doesn't have Beterbiev power at light heavy, but he does at 68. He does at 60. You don't want to get hit by Benavidez. Although he's never been like a one punch, quick twitch, knockout, explosive puncher. He's a Gatling gun, and when he hits you, you can tell that a lot of guys that he was fighting were worse for wear. People don't like the weight bully conversation, but Benavidez's frame is bigger or just as big as a Beterbiev. I think he's taller and bigger than Beterbiev, but he's able to, because of his lack of muscle mass, to shrink down to 168, 160, maybe even 154 at one point if he wanted to, right? So that allows him to have a power, a punch resistance advantage and a punching power advantage against guys who may be naturally walking around at 180, 175, who can get down to 168, 160, whereas he can walk around easily, cruiserweight, 200 pounds or more, even heavyweight, and get down freakishly to 168, right? He started off his career when he was, I think he's 12, not his career, but his boxing tutelage, he's probably 240 pounds, somewhere in there. He's a big kid. So just like Cotto was big too, and then just get down. Like he got his weight down. But anyway, when you look at the fight between him and Yarde, I will give him, because of the criticism, I will give him an asterisk for the Gavazik fight. And I say, let's see what he does against Yarde, because I like Yarde. I liked what Yarde did when I saw him against, I think, Beterbiev. I like Yarde against Yarde's just a guy that, to me, I think he fought Kovalev too. But Yarde's a guy that, to me, he has everything you want in a fighter, but he's a lot like that Jean Pascal comparison I made before. He's a good boxer, or a good fighter, should I say, not a good boxer, but a good fighter. But he's very heavy muscular, right? And he's explosive. He's a great athlete, but he tires out. So the things that he does in the first 8 rounds ain't what he does in the last 4. And he's been hit or miss when it comes to endurance. So I would be impressed if Benavidez can come in there and take Yarde to the yard. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be a good fight to watch, and it's on Riyadh season, which brings me to my main topic. Right, I'll talk about other fights that we have coming up too, but like Keith Thurman versus Fundora, I think that's Keith Thurman. I was looking at the picture that they took. Keith Thurman looked like, what the hell I signed up for, man? Because while he got his hands, he had Buddy navel. His belly button is above Thurman head. Like, boy, it's just Fundora's is a freak for 154. That's just weird that he can get down to that weight. He's another guy. Like, he's not a weight bully, but his frame, he could easily carry his frame. If you fed him and you give him a weight regimen, he could easily be a light heavyweight. Easily. He's just a big, wiry guy. But the fact that he's 6'6" and can get down to 154 is freakish. Like, where he must have no bone density. It's like, Some people say they big boned it. He ain't. His bones is hollow. He probably float down the river, no problem, right? But anyway, that's gonna be a freak fight. But I'll get to that.